We are another week into our 52 week of emergency preparedness. We are on week 42. How did your week go last week when you discussed about civil unrest in your area, in your community, in your country? How did those conversations go? We'll talk and have a little review about that and our challenge for this week in just a minute. Hi, this is Vicki with the 411. We are here on week 42 of our emergency preparedness challenge. I want to thank all of you that are subscribing to my channel. I'm having fun with this. I hope you are. Be sure to subscribe, share, like. If you want to get the monthly newsletter that I can catch you up on everything that we've done so far this year, I'll have a link in the description of where you can sign up for my monthly newsletter. So before we go into our challenge for this week, let's go ahead and hit our regular weekly stuff. For our food this week, it says to get another case of vegetables, and I would change up from what you got last week. Add some more, maybe your second and third favorite vegetables to your storage. Be sure to check your expiration date and see if you're buying the ones that are going to give you the longest shelf life in your pantry. Or you can go for a long-term storage going with freeze-dried foods. And I can leave a link in there of Wise Harvest is a company that I'm getting some of my vegetables from, and they're just introduced two more that'll come out in the 1st of November. So I can share a link to that. In our household items, it says get 6 months of laundry soap. Now, last week it was dish soap, and I did make my trip to Walmart and I bought 2 of my super big jugs of dish soap. So I'm caught up on dish soap. And I just recently went and got 2 bags of this. So I'm caught up on my laundry soap. So whatever kind you use, liquid, pods, sheets, whatever you do, get enough for 6 months so that you don't have to worry about those type of necessities if it's like a job loss or a wage, decrease in your wage, or just something happens so that you don't have some income coming in. You don't have to take what little you do have coming in to buy these odd necessities that we like to have in our life. For our 72-hour kit, it says to add some comfort. Comfort meaning a good book. Don't go put in this big book with a binder like that. Get some small books, little paperback books that you might like. For kids, I always suggest putting in a deck of cards that's small and easy to put in a pack. I like to put in some type of little book that they can either journal with or draw with. And always save those crayons that you get at the restaurants, because those are good to stash and put in your 72-hour backpacks for that comfort, something to take their mind off of whatever the emergency is that you're going through. For our emergency fund, $30 more. And let me tell you, I have one, mine's all caught up, and I kind of got slack on my husband. So I had to play catch up for a little bit, and I've still got to set my goal to have him completely caught up by the end of the week. It's tough when your paycheck goes in automatic deposit. I don't always have cash, so you have to intentionally go to Walmart or someplace like that to get that cash back. And I know that's tough. It's a tough thing to do, but I promise you it's easier to stay caught up than it is to try to catch up. And I can testify to that. Okay, our family prep. I really want to know how your week went last week, talking about the unrest in your neighborhood. Did you feel more alert after practicing and talking about things with your family? Did you come up with some ideas that I had not come up with? Did you notice that things in your neighborhood that you had never paid attention to before, because you were taking a walk and you were trying to be alert of all your surroundings and everything that was going on? So that was one of the things. Did you find exits and safety spots and places like that in other places that you went during the week? Did you go to a grocery store and wonder, okay, if somebody's coming in through the front of that store, mass shooter could it be, how are you going to get out? Are there other exits that you're available to use? Things that you just don't think about. And how are your kids going to react in some of this civil unrest? Were we able to talk to them and get their feelings and get them to understand what's going on? I'd love to hear your comments. Share those with us. All right, this week's challenge is wildfires. A wildfire has been spotted near your community. The wind shifts suddenly, and authorities announce that your neighborhood is under an evacuation order. You have 15 minutes to leave your home and head to safety. What do you grab? What gets left behind? So think about that. So there's some challenges there. So we need to take one afternoon, one evening, however you want to do it. Give yourself a limited amount of time, but give yourself 15 minutes. Tell your family, say, okay, mark, set, go. 15 minutes, you get what you need to get out of the house. I hope your 72-hour survival backpack or your bug out bag is one of the first things you grab, or the first thing that you grab. And if you have room in your car for your emergency tub that has extra food stuff, you grab it. It doesn't, I think in my mind, okay, bug out bag, I'm going to grab my laptop. I'm going to, grab my technology bag that has all my chargers, but I have all those in my backpack too. So maybe I won't get that. So think about it. So don't double work yourself. I just double worked myself there. Think about what you're going to grab and you're going to go. So where are you going to go? Just go to the park or something for your trial run and try to prepare a meal with what you have in your 72 hour backpack or your bug out bag. So you should have enough food in there to get you through one meal because you're supposed to have 3 days worth of food in there, 4 days if you're doing the 96-hour one. So get your bug out bag. Don't forget your pets. If you have your pets, grab that bag that you have hanging on the hook for your pets and get those taken care of. Make sure you have IDs and your important papers or that jump drive that has all that information on the same thing. So take that and run a drill. Run a drill with your family and see how you do, and get their opinions afterwards on how it turned out and what you think you can do to be better next time you have a drill on this particular topic. So wildfires are hit, and let me tell you, this is time of the year. I know where I live and up in the mountains around here, it's dry. They haven't had a lot of rain, and they are fearing these wildfires. So they're real. They're real. They may not ever hit where you are, but they are real, and people need to be prepared for them. All right. So our last thing is the water. Add $10 to your water fund. Get those barrels bought. Get those 5-gallon jugs, whatever it is that you need to beef up your water storage. Save up your best you can and get it. Okay. Thanks for watching. It's been another great week. I'm excited to hear your comments about how things are going on these little challenges and what we can do to better prepare you. This is Vicki with the 411. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.